So we're going to be learning from the three different perspectives, from watching us do it, from you doing it, okay? So you're going to be feeling around, you needing to pay attention to what you're doing, you need to be feeling for what you're actually looking for. A lot of the best massage practitioners were actually blind people, okay? So traditionally in a lot of Asian countries, Korea, Japan, massage was a blind person's art. So one of the things that you can see from that is the importance of learning how to feel. A lot of things you won't be able to see with your eyes. When you're massaging, it's not like, all you're seeing is the skin, mostly. You might see some of the most gross manifestation of tension in a muscle on somebody particularly who's maybe athletic or that sort of thing. You might see, oh yeah, that muscle looks tight, that muscle doesn't. And on some people, some muscles you'll see whether they look tight. But for a large majority of what you're feeling for, what you're looking for, you won't be able to see it. There's tension, minute bits of tension that are very important that run all through the foot. You can't see them with your eyes. You have to learn to feel with your fingers. Okay, so a large part of your learning is going to be actually just experiencing and focusing, coming out of your mind. So many people in our society were very much oriented towards the intellectual approach towards things. This course is not an intellectual approach towards massage. Personally, I don't like getting massaged by somebody who's very intellectual when they're massaging. This course is a course about learning how to feel what you're doing. Okay, that's one of the reasons why I don't teach much anatomy and physiology. Okay, it's one of those things you can learn yourself. I recommend if you want to learn that, get a coloring in book and color in all the muscles, that sort of thing. But it can distract the mind and make it focus on the wrong thing. What I want you guys to be doing when you're learning this style of massage is to be focusing on what you feel. Okay, so when you're experiencing it, when you're learning it, first of all, you're going to be wanting to just go, what am I feeling? You're exploring, okay? So especially the first few days of this course, but actually probably the first few years of you guys practicing, I want you to keep practicing of exploring, feeling, what are you feeling? Where is it joined to? So if you're finding a band of tension, where is it going? Feel it, trace it, okay? And a lot of that you can do with your eyes closed. Don't get caught up. Sometimes your eyes can actually distract you. What's going on around you, like in this class, there might be this person massaging at the table, somebody else massaging over here, and your eyes can easily distract you from what you're doing when you're massaging the person. So what we want you to do is stay focused. Even if there is a lot of distraction going on, there'll be other people having their own healing journeys. Somebody might be laughing, crying, screaming, whatever. The most important thing when you're massaging somebody is to stay focused on what you're doing. So sometimes that involves just closing your eyes and just really feeling what you're doing, bringing your entire awareness out of your mind and into your fingers. That's what makes a good massage therapist. So when you're learning, that's what's important to do, and when you're practicing, that's what's important to do. Because people feel it. People feel whether you're present when you're massaging them or not. Okay, if you've ever had a massage where the person's just spacing out and thinking about what am I doing on a Friday night, you know, going through the motions, looking out the window, looking at the clock, there's no connection there, there's no presence, okay? That's what makes a bad massage. A good massage is where the person's totally connected with you. They're present, their awareness is totally there, total focus. Okay, so that's one of the things that you're going to be doing. You need to start to do that because this sort of job, it's like if you want to do excellent quality massage, which is what you need to do if you want to survive in this industry, in my opinion, and you want to make it an interesting career, focus. Okay, so that's one way you're going to be learning. You're going to be learning by doing, you're going to be learning by watching me or watching Pete, and you're going to be learning by experiencing it too. So sometimes you won't be able to understand what am I doing when I'm working on a particular pressure point or I'm working on a particular move, or I'm doing something to a particular person. You might look at it and go, well, I don't really know, what's he doing? Why is he doing that, you know? But when you experience it, you go, oh my gosh, that's what's going on inside the person. So there's a lot of learning that's going to take place from your own internal experiences of what happens with massage. Okay? So you're going to learn this, it's like a three-dimensional model. You're going to be looking at it from this perspective where I'm massaging somebody else. Oh, I'm doing this move, I'm doing that move, what point am I holding? Then you're going to be looking at it from the inside of that particular model and going, oh, this is how it feels to experience this, and you're going to be also then doing it and messing around and learning how to feel it. Okay, so those are our three primary methods that you're going to be learning in this course about how to massage. Then there's going to be obviously just some verbal communication, some feedback, and there's going to be watching everybody going through their own particular healing journeys that you'll see. Okay, because this form of massage, it's quite different than a lot of forms of massage. Although we do draw upon different techniques and things like that. I don't call this, we used to call this the Raynor technique of therapeutic massage. I don't call it a technique anymore. Because technique implies a particular mechanical move. Okay? This technique, that technique. We don't call it that. What we call the Raynor style and the Raynor approach to massage. And that's because what we're trying to do is we use any technique that works to achieve our goal. And in our goal of massage, it's to find anything that's tight in the body and get rid of it, and to unblock anything that's blocked in the flow of what we call the chi, or the life force. Okay, so that's what we define as our goal. Many times when you learn massage, the goal might be, I'm going to get my massage routine done within an hour or an hour and a half so that I've got my particular approach done that fits everything. Okay, I've got my routine done. This is how most massage schools teach. That's the goal. You do 3 strokes like this, 2 like this, 1 like that, and you got the whole thing done, and I got my, my whole scene sorted. That's not how we're going to do it. Most people actually, when they come in for a massage, when they come in off the street and they go, look, I'd like a massage. From our approach, most people need 10 to 40 hours on average. 10 to 40 hours of massage to get them to a point where they have no tension in their body. Most people come in, that's what we call, I call it excavation massage, because we're taking somebody who's had a lot of tension from 10, 20, 40, 50, 60 years worth of living, and we're getting rid of all that deep-seated tension that's in there. Okay, so I call it residual tightness. Residual tightness is when a person's lying on the massage table and you touch somewhere and it's tight. Because the person should be relaxed. A muscle should not be tight when you're relaxed. That's what I call residual tightness. Okay? So, as distinct from somebody tightening up their muscle and going, my muscle is tight right now. You're using that muscle, it's supposed to be tight. If you're relaxed, it's not supposed to be tight. So our complete goal here is to find anywhere where the person's holding that tension and get rid of it. And I can guarantee you that anybody's going to feel a lot better once they got rid of their tension in their body. Now, that's a very simplistic way of looking at it, but it's very important. I like to teach people, I like to make things simple so that people stay focused on the goal. That's one of the things. I don't like to complicate this thing. I want to make this as simple as possible for you guys. Because otherwise you get distracted. What am I doing here? What am I doing? Whenever you're not sure what you're doing in a massage, come back to that simple goal. I'm trying to find anything that's tight and get rid of it. So from that idea, then we have, okay, how are things joined in the body? So sometimes we might find something that's tight, but getting rid of it doesn't just mean rubbing over it. Often what it means is that that point there is connected to here, connected to here, connected to here. So a large part of what we're trying to do here is to try and figure out what's the key that's going to unlock the tension in the body. Some tension just comes away very easily just from some simple rubbing, some simple moves, the tension's gone. Other tension is very hard to get out, and it requires what we call a strategy. Okay? So strategy in a massage is very, very important. It's about trying to figure out where is the source of this tension, and then working that and how to get rid of it.